Okay. Kimberly Smith Austin, with 25 years of experience as a management consultant and business college professor, Kimberly Smith Austin brings a unique blend of academic and corporate expertise to the table. As an executive coach, she has worked with some of top Fortune 500 leaders around the world and helping them to enhance their leadership skills, develop effective strategies, and achieve their business objective. And with a strong focus on strategy, systems, sales, and scaling, and she provides practical solutions that drive growth and increase revenue. Kimberly also is a co-author of the book, Millions of Possibility, Taking Your Ideas from Inspiration to Monetization. She's also the co-host of one of the top 10% business podcasts in the world, and Made to Inspire, where the mission is to move people from inspiration to action. So okay, I'm going to have Kimberly. Kimberly, can you show your video? Otherwise, you will not be spotted.
All right. Can you all
Yes.
see me and hear me?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Very good. Well, let me first of all say good afternoon to all of you. Wherever you are, it's still afternoon. It's 12:10 here in California. And it's a great day to be great. I will tell you that statement comes out of my mouth no matter what. But here's the truth. My laptop that I use typically for these types of meetings, the screen decided to break. Therefore, I'm on a makeshift. As you can see, I was huffling and fussing around to make things work, but I am here today. I'm super excited and really want to take the time to thank Robbie and both Angeline for inviting me here to speak with you ladies today. And I'll tell you, as I listened in the background, I heard a lot of conversation already going on about AI and what you've been doing, the fun stuff and how you've been using it so far. So I'm super excited to hear that you've already started implementing it. You're using it. So what you may discover today is that maybe what I share isn't new to you. But I want to challenge you even to take your knowledge base that you have right now, take it to the next level. Challenge yourself to the next level, because we know, number one, there's nothing new under the sun. And number two, that growth is an intentional process. So we have to be intentional about what we're doing here today. I have a PowerPoint presentation, and my vision today is to actually give you some information, but also to be interactive. I believe in an interactive piece. Back over 30 years ago when I was a college student, one of the things that I discovered is that my professors always kept me sleeping, not awake, sleeping. And so my mission is to keep you awake, alive, and engaged. One thing to note is I am on a different system, so I see some delays already, but my goal is to keep it upbeat and moving. So if you're here with a purpose, you're ready to learn, you're excited about growing your business using AI, just give me a whoop, whoop.
Woo, woo.
There you go. This is Global Society for Female Entrepreneurs. And I know as women, we have energy, we have power, and we have an opportunity to change the world. And it starts with us. So I'm going to start right now with some slides that I'm going to share with you all. And I wanted to use some AI in it just to show you the power of what can be done. So right here I am. Let's see. All of you probably know full well Canva. I'm going to present from Canva today, only because I love it and it's an amazing tool. Can you all see my screen?
Yes.
All
Yes.
right. What I don't see is, I see more than I should see. There it is. All right. Again, forgive me for the delay in my systems. I am not on my latest and greatest technology. But today, the title of our workshop is called Unlocking the Power of AI. And this is really about how do you grow your business using technology? Look at that. See, something's happening. We're going to work through it, ladies. We're going to work through it. And I did not have a chance to tell you this last night because it happened this morning, Angeline. So let me stop sharing and let me see if I can bring it back up. In the meantime, let's talk a little bit about AI. And I'm going to change it up a little bit. I'm a 30-year professional speaker, presenter, so I know how to switch things up. Right now, you won't have a visual until I bring it back up. But let's think about AI, what it is, where it came from. You know, they say that AI was actually initially thought of back in the mid-century, which was 1930s through the 1960s. In 1956, someone decided to give it the name artificial intelligence, hence the name that we know today. 1956. Here we are today in 2023, and yet the world is just catching on. I think AI started making its way probably 2021 to the mainstream. But the truth is, it's been around forever. And now the question is, it's here, what do I do with it? And so we're going to look at that today. We're going to explore how we can utilize that in our practices, in our businesses, to make us a more robust organization so that we can continue to grow and thrive and become everything that our hearts desire and that we've hoped for. So let's see if this will play with me, because it may not. And I tested it, but let's see if it works. So the first question is, what is this AI thing? What is it? And we know the term AI stands for artificial intelligence. So as we look at that, it's really a computer-generated system that allows us to really get inside the brain of a computer, but our desire is how to make it inside of our brain, inside of our hearts. So here's a little look at the agenda that we're going to cover today. What is artificial intelligence? Why use it? How can we use it to grow our businesses? What's some hands-on practication, I can't talk because I'm frazzled by the technology a little bit. What's the hand-on application that we can use? And more importantly, I want to end this call today with a challenge, the AI Business Growth Challenge. It's not mandatory. It's an opportunity for those of you that want to take part in it and really look at how you can grow your businesses. So when we look at that, let's take a look at who is Kimberly. I know you all saw the background, you read the resume, and I just highlighted some of the key things. Business and sales strategist, high performance coach, international speaker, best-selling author, business professor, and podcaster. But what I didn't put on there is that I'm a serial entrepreneur. I've had over 10 businesses that each amassed over $1 million. And some took me a long time until I learned the ropes. And then others were really faster and achieved much, much more. But one thing you'll know about me is that I am an idea maniac. That's what I thrive on. And I'll tell you, with the implementation of AI, oh my goodness, it's been a ride. And I bet you guys can only imagine, if you're like me and the ideas are spurring through your head, this is a great time. Here's some companies I've served over the years. This is not a full inclusive list. It is just a list of some that I've worked with. Now, this does not include individuals that I work with, individual organizations, individual entities, smaller entrepreneurs, but some of the big organizations that I've worked with over the past, using technology, business strategy. So this slide goes back and explains what AI is. In layman's terms, it's the use of computer systems to simulate, and I say stimulate, but also simulate human mental processes, interpreting data, depending on what you use, and using it to our advantage. So when we think about AI as a whole, let's look at the history of AI. And I mentioned this briefly, and I won't go into great detail, but I'll mention that John McCarthy, he introduced the term AI at a Dartmouth conference back in 1956. And it started as a knowledge logic-based tool only. That was the primary function. And here's the truth, it still functions as that. But as we see in 1980, with the advent of the computer or the personal computer, AI started to take off. And now here we are, 2023, having a discussion on it. And this is what I love, is because it's not new. And as I say all the time, there's nothing new under the sun. So let's take a look at the rise of AI. Now, it's been around, but now it's accessible to everyone. It's everywhere. And I believe that we as entrepreneurs, business owners, and emerging leaders, we have to think about, how do we use this technology? And I know if you're like me, you're not here just to maintain. to stay the same, but instead you want to grow. If you're here and you want to grow your business, give me a reaction. Maybe show me a hands up, something in the chat letting me know that that is a desire and goal of yours. Very good. Yes, yes, yes. And some of you are different industries. Now, if you would take a moment and either throw it in the chat or maybe put it or open your mics up and tell me what industry you work in. What's your primary core line of business or line of work that you do? Because I think that's going to matter when it comes to how do you implement and use AI in your day-to-day practice.
For me,
So
it's
open up your mics, ladies. Tell me, what industries are you in?
coaching and publishing.
Okay, very good.
Business resource and development.
All right, good.
Digital graphic design and promotions.
Love it.
I train
Speaking and
I train
finishing my
entrepreneurs.
book.
Uh-oh, I got two at the same time.
Uh-oh. Sorry.
Go ahead, Sabine.
Okay, thank you. I'm a speaker and I'm also a soon-to-be published author. So AI just came in the nick of a time for me.
Woohoo!
Woo-hoo.
Yeah.
I train
And I heard someone
entrepreneurs how to use public speaking to grow their business.
All right, good stuff. I love it. So as you can see, some of you are in the same profession. I heard several speakers, and I too wear that badge of honor, but I also heard authors. I heard coaches. And like, you know, we also wear that badge of honor. So AI is going to be a transformative tool that you can use in your businesses to help you catapult and make a giant leap, right? I always tell people baby steps count too, because they do. And right now, this workshop may be your first baby step, getting into and understanding what AI is and what it's all about. And as we take those baby steps, getting us closer to that giant leap, recognizing that AI can be the tool because it's faster, it's smarter. Yes, I said smarter than both you and I, because it's taking information from throughout the world, throughout these databases to compile information that we can not only look at, but we can use for our advantage. So, excuse me. So when we look at AI, I'll tell you the future, the question people say, well, what's next? It's here. I don't know how to use it. I don't know what it's all about. Where do I go to from here? And here's the statement that I say to you, and I say it very firmly with much, much love for you. You have an option to embrace or be erased. Embrace or be erased, because your businesses will really transform by your ability to embrace and implement AI into your organization. And I'll tell you, we think about computers when they first came out. We think about digital transactions when they first came out, cloud-based computing. We think about cell phones and tech and all these different things. People that did not embrace them were eventually erased. And that's a fact. And I'll tell you, we have a little curve here, but if you want to be ahead of the curve, now is the time for you to consider embracing AI and using it, even if you only start off with one thing, and make yourself work on learning it a little bit more so that week after week, day after day, you continue to grow in that space. So let's take a look at why use AI. Here, number one, efficiency. AI can do far more than we can ever imagine, dream, or think because of the technology and the information that's being poured in, or better yet, pulled out and extracted from resources all over the internet, all over the World Wide Web, from countries upon countries. Now, here's the truth. Although AI is now accessible to each and every one of us, we are not getting full exposure of it. It's still limited in its sense because there's still some reins on it from those that introduced it into the marketplace. So think about that. Number two are the insights that we'll gather from AI. And I heard someone say while we were setting up is that the AI, when you put something in, it's responding like this. Something that may have taken you a week, a day, a month to create, AI can do it in 30, 60, 90, 120 seconds. And when you think about your business and having the ability to utilize technology that will just catapult what you do, this is a smart decision. Now, the third thing is personalization. And this is what I love about AI. You can tell AI to give you some information, and it'll give you some information. Now, keep in mind, it's biased based on the creators of who put it out there. But when you get more specific, maybe you're looking for an ideal client, you want to find them, you want to locate where they are, you personalize it, and AI will personalize it for you. That to me is so much powerful because now I can go and find the people that I'm looking for. Now, by show of hands, how many of you looking for new clients? Yes, yes. Okay, good, good, good. So if you're looking for new clients, AI can help you find them. And I know you may not have even thought about that, but I'll give you a prime example. My client, Deloitte, right now, they use AI in their entire recruiting process. They set it up to find, to look, and go through various phases of their recruitment process to find the ideal candidate. They don't care about the name. They're looking at their work history, their experiences. They're searching social media sites, seeing how they're engaging in the world. They're looking for published work, public studies. Depending on what they're doing, they can find the person they want using that personalization function. Number 4 is customer service. Customer service. Now, if you are a solopreneur, maybe an entrepreneur, a business owner with maybe 2, 3, there's only so many of you. And here's the truth. Wouldn't it be nice to have an assistant, a virtual assistant in some ways that could help you get more on top of serving your clients, that will allow you to give your clients more than they even thought possible? And when you think about the client needs, opportunity to create surveys, find out what their needs are, and then respond accordingly based on the information that you found. Or send AI out to discover what those needs are based on their demographics, their psychographics. There's a lot of ways that we can use this, but I think we have to step back and say, okay, what makes sense for me and my business? The 5th part is competitive advantage. Ladies, AI has been hitting the marketplace a year, maybe 2 years now, really heavy, but still not mainstream. People are still unaware and uneducated about the possibilities. And so you're at a place today where you can take advantage of that and also make your organization shine a little bit brighter than maybe your competition, utilizing AI with the personalization, looking at those insights and how you want to differentiate yourself in the marketplace. Because there's nothing new under the sun. And I'll use shoes, Nike, Adidas, Saucony, they're all shoe brands. But here's the truth. Some of them have something unique and different. Hoka has an extreme heel that they're going to help the people bounce a little bit more. They're going to help with recovery. They're going to make their feet feel better. So that's their competitive advantage. By the way, I'm a runner, so you may hear some running fitness analogies built inside of this. Number 6 is the cost savings. I love this, and I'll tell you why. Yes, I have assistants. I have virtual assistants. But now I can tell my virtual assistant, go talk to AI and write that thank you letter for this sponsor that just sponsored this program that I offered. Now, normally it would take my assistant an hour to write that letter. I'm giving her my specifics, my specs, the scope of work. And I say, now go and get it for me. Now, yes, I'm still paying her because I want to keep her employed. But what I'm doing is I'm empowering her with the new tool to provide a resource for me faster, which means I pay a little bit less, right? It's going to cost me less for that resource, whether it's me or I outsource it to someone else. There's cost savings overall. Our ability to create more, to do more, and show up more is huge, and it's going to save us money by utilizing this technology. But also decision making. When you're in a quandary and you're not sure, AI is a great resource. You go and you ask AI, what's the competitive advantage? What are this? You get answers back quickly, which allows you to make decisions a lot more faster than you would have without those resources. Yes, Google is an amazing friend. And we know that Google is powered by AI. But now you're saying, getting more specific. You're looking and you're not doing all the research, because even with Google, you can ask a question and it'll give you 77 answers. AI is a little bit more specific. It's going to give you, here's what you asked for. Let me give it to you. Now, it may not be precisely how you want it, but there you go in, you personalize it and allow it to give it back the way you want it. That's what I love. So much great stuff. The eighth part is growth and innovation, which is what this is all about. How do you grow your business? How do you use AI as a tool? It's more creative, it's faster, it can even be funny. I don't know if any of you use AI to pull some humor. I'll tell you really quickly, and I say this not to brag, but to just give you an opportunity. I just completed a contract with a client. When we initially had a conversation, it was, Kimberly, come and speak for my organization for my employee event, and I need you to be the keynote, 45 minutes. And I said, absolutely. So we had a conversation for about an hour, discovered that, yes, it's a good fit for both he and I. And he said to me, well, what are your rates? And I told him my rates. When I told him the rates, he goes, okay, I can do that. I don't necessarily want to pay you $25,000 for the 45 minutes that you're here, because that means I'm not serving the community. So I took that information and I said, okay, I won't charge him $25,000, but what I will charge is $21,500. And he said, yes, 45-minute gig. And then what I did prior to that, I wrote him an email. And when AI wrote the email, I said, make it humorous, make it engaging. AI made it perfect for him because he has a whole theme with his office, and it was perfect. So looking at how do we use what's in front of us, using our own natural ability, our unique self, being who we are, authentic, but yet using technology to enhance what we have. That's why we want to use AI. I kept it long because I really want to impress upon you the importance of it. Here's some examples of artificial intelligence. You guys see them all the time. If you're on any kind of social media, you know it. Navigation apps. The Tesla is fueled by AI. The facial recognition now that we have in our phones, text editors, search our logarithms, e-payments, everything is powered by this. And guess what? Over the years, we've seen it more and more and more and more. Now it's our time to use it in our businesses. My son, who's 16 years old, is in the process of developing an AI software that he can use as a SaaS, which is off software to the world. 16, what? You know, and the whole conversation about artificial intelligence in school and how that operates, that's a whole nother conversation. But ladies, here's a place for us. You may not be designing software. Maybe you're not out there, you know, putting products out to the world. But what you are doing is
So
trying
she
to
did say the
impact the
9th,
world.
but she's not sure about the time.
So I want to
Okay.
challenge you to look at that. Here's some examples of companies
Okay.
that are currently using AI.
All right.
Google, Tesla,
Thank
Apple,
you.
you know, and I want to challenge you to look at some of the things that we use in our home. Alexa, and I've heard many of you say this, Alexa, you know, the homes, if you have home, Amazon Prime, Amazon deliveries, everyone's using that because they're getting better results, they're doing it faster, and they're able to increase their overall revenue. So think about that. How can you use this technology? Oops. So now let's take a look at how to grow. And I want to go to the actual application of some of the technologies. If you are here, I want to challenge you to take a picture of this screen because it's super important, some different tools that you can use. And I know ChatGPT has the most well-known platform right now because people know it, but it also gets bogged down because there's quite a few people utilizing it, but there's other options out there. Jasper AI is a great tool. I absolutely love it. Not just for AI copywriter, but so much more. Jasper will produce just as fast. Repurpose AI, it's done auto posting on social media. Now, here's the thing you want to think about. With all the AI tools that are available, many of them are free, but some of them are also fee-based. You have to analyze your budget and say, how much do I want to invest here? But realizing that investment also means a greater return because you're using AI to increase your overall revenue. So looking at that, Synthesia, I love this one because then it becomes a virtual AI representative for you. If you have a call center, you're making calls, you're bringing calls inbound. This is another system that's amazing. And Synthesia will do other things as well, but I'm giving you some high-level views on really growing your social media, utilizing some of these tools. vidIQ, I love this one. This is the AI YouTube consultant. let me tell you, if you're currently working on YouTube, how many of you have YouTube channels? Raise your hand. All right. vidIQ is your new best friend. Number one is going to give you SEO, which is your search engine optimization, the words to use, the hashtags to use, the perfect posting time, date to use, and where to post it. It is amazing. And I'll tell you, I've helped a company just recently, small company, 3 people in the organization, go from 1 subscriber to 17,000 subscribers in 3 weeks. Yes, utilizing this technology and just being creative. I will say they're an extremely creative company. They do video production. So this is right up their alley. And now we've taken it to the next level. DALL-E 2 makes art from text. Now, and I think if many of you may or may not use Canva, Canva has recently integrated that into their software as well. I still feel like it has some room for growth. It's nice, but it's not perfect. And I don't think there's any perfect tool out here. We have to look at it for what it's worth and how we want to use it inside of our organizations. But these are some great tools that you can use. Now, let me give you a few more. How to drive that bottom line with AI. And this is just me assuming. I went into the call assuming most of you were consultants, several of you were speakers, several of you were maybe business coaches. So I already had that mindset. And I wanted to bring you some tools that I know you could use that would be beneficial. AI, when it comes to creating presentations. Yes, ladies, even your presentation, you can outsource that to AI. And Beautiful AI is the name of the app. Can help you create beautiful presentations. And I want to tell you, at the bottom of the screen, I made a comment. I said, how you show up is how you go up. And as business women, we want to look at how we show up to the world. Am I pretty? Am I sexy? Is my product packaged well? Because all of that matters. And I think when we consider that, that really does have a bottom line and a final decision making on, am I going to work with Sabine? Will I work with Kimberly? Will I work with Angeline? It's not, they want to see, yes, they can provide the product and service that I need, but aesthetics are equally as important. And so I thought, let's look at that. If you want to write sexy copy, Jasper AI is a great resource for you. And I mentioned Jasper earlier because not only can it help you improve and up your social media game, but it also helps you write the copy on your web pages, on your blogs, on your landing pages, but also maybe it's a lead magnet that you've created. And I'm here to tell you, when it comes to creating lead magnet, Jasper is one of my favorites. Combined with AI, combined with Canva, I'm creating lead magnets like this. I give it my core concept, give it some detail, and voila, it pulls pretty pictures together that I think will go align with me. But it's also studied who I am because I've been giving it enough information. I'm constantly telling AI how I think. Here's how I write. Here's what I want. And now it comes back responsive to what my needs are. How many of you have had that experience so far where it's learning who you are? Just like Siri, or if you're, I don't know the other world. I know Siri, but on the, all of you that may be on Androids, if there's Google or whomever you speak to, Siri knows me now. So when I speak or ask for something, she's responsive and responding according to my needs. Now, how about landing pages? How many of you have landing pages? Yes. Now, there was some time when we all did websites, and websites still have a place. But here's the truth. Websites have become a little less attractive than landing pages. And I'll tell you why. Websites are very confusing. There's a lot of places to go. And a confused mind will always say no. So if I go to your website and you have this button and this button and this button and this information, I may never convert to a customer, or it may take me a long time to convert. And if you're building any kind of business, consider doing landing pages. This is a bonus one for free because I find that a lot of my clients have these massive websites and they don't serve them well. Whereas if you're doing something specific like Sabine, her push, she has a landing page just on push, how they access her, how they contact her, some of her testimonials, and using something like Synthesia and Jasper AI to create the copy, boom, there you have it. There's magic. And then you throw neural text in there to ensure that you're found. Because if you're not found, it doesn't matter. You can have the best website in the world. You can have the best resources in the world. And that's how McDonald's has grown, because not only do they have the best locations in the world, they're not a hamburger shop, guys. I want to tell you that, ladies. McDonald's is not about selling hamburgers. They're in real estate business. That's what they do. They get the best spot on the corner. And as a result of that, they sell hamburgers. And I bet you, all of you could probably make a better hamburger than McDonald's. Would you agree? Yes. And so now they've done the magic. And that's what we want to do in your businesses to ensure that you too can do the magic, get found, convert to sales, and have that growth and continuously innovate so you can grow. So I have more, but what I want to do right now, I want to take some time to answer any questions. And then I want to get to some hands-on, maybe looking at some of the tools that I use that are out there in the marketplace. What questions do we have so far?
I have a question.
Yes.
So, to get, I don't know how to phrase this, to get to where you are and what you do with AI, how you bring it to corporations, is it too late for someone of an older age to do this with no PhD?
Absolutely not. You know, and I love it that this is and I'm going to use the word free market. I believe there are so many ways to earn an income today. We are not limited by time, by age, and even by resources. And I think we saw it really good during COVID. COVID was a prime example of people starting with zero business experience, zero income, and really building massive organizations in short periods of time. So I would say not to be fearful of your age, fearful of your lack of knowledge of AI today, because if you went in and decided today, I'm going to learn AI, and you went immersive into this topic, maybe worked with me because I do coaching and consulting in that space, and really built a strategy around it, absolutely, you can make money. And I believe it in a big way because AI is allowing us to make more and make it faster. It's so amazing. I get excited. So if I get too excited, just stop me.
I have a question.
Yes.
Oh, okay. You want to go ahead? Evelyn?
Okay. I was wondering, when you're doing the script for AI to customate it according to your tone of voice, would you advise putting some of your own text that you have previously written, put it in there first, and then tell AI that based on your tone of voice, as well as the prompts that you would put in as far as writing the article?
Absolutely. And you know, one of the things you could do, sometimes I'll cut and paste something I've already created and I'll say rewrite. That's it. I'll say rewrite. What I love is that AI, and maybe I'm a computer, I don't know, but when I go back and look at stuff that I created years and years ago and I put it in AI, it doesn't even change it. And I'm like, wow, I'm a computer. I mean, that's exciting for me, but not for the rest of the world. But when you think about that, if you tell AI, I want it funny, I want to add this, make sure you change it. And I'll tell AI, the other day I put something in and it came back with some high level language. And I said, simplify this, please. And it came back with simpler, softer tones. So you can say, give it those directions and it will snap it for you and then go back and read it again. That's where we are involved. You know, one of the common problems right now that I'm seeing, people are afraid that AI is going to remove them from their jobs. I think eventually, maybe, but right now, no. AI still needs us. AI still needs the human brain, our emotional aspects to put into that software in order to deliver the results. At some point in time, maybe, but today, no, because we're just getting access to it. And I don't believe AI would do a great job of replacing me just yet, because I'm pretty amazing. Ladies, that was funny. I'm pretty amazing. And AI can't take the place of this energy that I have. AI can't quite do that yet. And so it needs us, our authentic self, to show up and show AI, how do you want to be seen? How do you want to show up in the marketplace? And then it could produce for you.
So is that how you set up the relationship you're talking about? Because I thought that you had to have a special kind of software that would begin to take your personality and remember you.
No, it's continuous use. And what I love, and I'll use GPT for an example. Chat GPT keeps history. And what I do, I have probably hundreds of history, and I'll give it a separate conversation. I don't keep all my chats in the same new chat, and I'll go back to that old chat and integrate and interact with that same chat again. And I'll tell it, okay, I need it funny, I need it humorous. Chat GPT then takes that languaging or those prompts from me and say, okay, I know she likes things funny, I know she likes things fast, or whatever, and then it will adjust accordingly. But I will tell you, you're not having to use any specialty software unless you're looking for something special. Like some of the ones that I showed you, they're geared towards certain aspects or certain solutions for your business, but it's looking to you. You are the source and you're the guide.
Right, and there's
Kimberly, I wanted to kind of jump in if I could,
yes.
because I want everybody to, we're on the same thing. You did a wonderful presentation. I absolutely love it. What I want to encourage the ladies is don't be afraid. I encourage people to start off with back in Canva. The reason being, you already know how to use Canva. You're not afraid of Canva. Put things in. Don't be afraid of rerunning the same thing. The point of Bard is Bard gives you 3 examples at the first time. ChatGPT will give you one, you can rerun it, see how it does. You're going to have to put that work into it if you want it to sound like you, if you want it to make sense. But the main thing is don't be afraid. And Catherine, absolutely, you can create whatever you want to create with this. Everybody just has to jump in. Thanks, Kimberly, for what you put out there. I just want to tell people, start at the lowest level if you need to. I encourage clients to start with Canva simply because you know it, you're not scared of it, you know it won't bite you. You don't know. Everybody's telling you that ChatGPT is going to eat you up while you sit at the desk, okay? They got all kind of stuff, I'm telling you. But if you look in your news articles, every day there's an article about AI. And if you're interested in creating a business with it, start reading. You got to do the work. That's all. Thank you.
And as I said, and that's a great point. Thank you for sharing that, because it's baby steps. And I mentioned baby steps count too. And if you are not sure, don't be afraid, because this is your friend. This is your tool. This is your growth asset, if you will. I'm a business growth strategist, and this is what I help people do. And sometimes it's one little micro step, because we know it's those small things that leads to big changes. Because once you become comfortable, you become confident, and then you'll utilize it more to go to that next place. I see some hands up. Let me go to, is it Saskia?
Hi, Kimberly, it's an honor meeting you. You're amazing.
Thank you.
I have to say. And I just want to say, coming from a high-tech career of 17 plus years, you speak my language, because I led AI initiatives for corporate America. But it's really now just putting it in the business world, right? I'm a life transformation coach, and really trying to get my resilience branding up there on LinkedIn, right? Particularly because that's the B2B. And so what do you think is like the best tool, AI tool, to really optimize my LinkedIn content strategy? Because I've been told that I have to post like every day, right? To really get that awareness, that momentum going. So any recommendations on that? And then another question I had was really on the video. I have an e-course that I'm about to market in Kajabi. And I want to know what AI tool, again, can be used effectively for my credibility and, say, customer user experience videos. Thank you. And I have to follow up with you on a coach call. You're just phenomenal.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. And I'll tell you, there's so many tools out there. And I want to first address the one with LinkedIn. I mentioned Repurpose AI. I mentioned Jasper AI. But here's the truth with LinkedIn, and I'll tell you, I'm not there often, because I'm a good doctor and not a good patient, if you all know what I mean. I doctor, I go out there and get everyone well, and I sit on the backside, on my side, to some degree, because there's only so many hands and teams. But when it comes to that, LinkedIn has a reputation of the content, it stays there. Unlike a Facebook or an Instagram, it's constantly moving and scrolling. LinkedIn, you could post once a week and still have a great presence. But realistically, and now today's marketplace with AI coming out, you probably want to show up a little bit more often. If you can do every other day or once a day, you're really showing up. And I noticed that Facebook moved to LinkedIn. And I say that meaning the personal things that people now bring onto LinkedIn. Before it was purely business. So now looking at that, realizing, okay, I'm growing my business. People want to see a little bit of my business, a lot of my business, and a little bit of me, my personal life, what's important, and try to integrate those things into your posting so they see, hey, I do have this background. I do have this experience. Oh, yesterday I did this Zoom, which, by the way, someone take a picture so I can post on my LinkedIn that I did this. But, you know, thinking about those types of things, these are things that we have to show up. And with AI, we now have the capability to show up consistently, day after day after day after day. Now, I have a secret for you. This is one I was going to share, but I'm going to tell you about it. It's Video.io. And you can take long form content. For example, I do a seminar, webinar, maybe an hour or 2 hour webinar. And what I'll do with it, I will actually take the content, drop it into this software, and it converts it to short form content. So let me say that again. 20, 30-minute video, drop into this website, which is Video.io. It now creates 10 to 20 short form content. And we all know that short form content is the thing that's making a difference in the marketplace today. 10 minutes. It's really, they're more like 30 minutes to 60-minute content, but nowadays they've shortened them even more. So now they're saying do 30 seconds. So when you look at that, using something like that is going to make a difference, because here's the truth. We don't necessarily have the time to recreate all of that content or cut and splice and things like that. But Video.io, VIDYO.io is the tool that's going to help you take long form to short form content. And I do have some resources that I'll give to you all afterwards as well. I'll have Angeline probably email it to you for links and things like that. I have some of them in here, but I have a few more that can be helpful.
Thank you.
All right. I saw
okay,
some more hands. Did I answer your question?
Yes.
Awesome.
Okay, sorry for the interruption. I know we don't want running late for the meeting, because you know with my meeting, I end meeting on time. And I want to give all of you an opportunity to introduce yourself. So this is what I'm asking, as every meeting, we always do this. If you have other questions, including myself too, please stay after the meeting. Okay, Kimberly will stay after 1:30 for another 15 minutes. And then you can ask that questions, okay? So please stay, because I want to honor my promise to end the meeting on time. And I want to make sure that each one of you get a chance to introduce yourself. So because of that, Kimberly will stay, after the 1:30, and then to answer your questions. Okay, thank you.
All right.
And I'm gonna stop the video right now.